Mind you, she still saved a lot. £419 off her annual bill, all from just 10 minutes work. If just a third of all the households in Britain did this, they'd collectively save £1.5 billion a year and create a much more competitive market.
I think it's very important that people do start switching for two big reasons. One, they're going to help themselves and get a better deal, but secondly, we're all going to help each other. Power to the people, power to us as consumers. Let's grab that power to ourselves. Let's make it work. Let's shake up this market. And when we do, watch this space, because there's going to be some really good deals coming out when companies start seriously competing for our business.
Put sheets of tin foil behind your radiators. This ensures that heat coming out of your radiator is reflected off the wall rather than being absorbed into it.
People say that they're always cold these days. Well, my solution is, be married for 60 years and keep yourself keeping kilogram. In bed or not.
Use a slow cooker. These are great, and not just because you come home at the end of a working day to find a meal ready cooked. They also save a lot of electricity. On average, your slow cooker will use a third of the electricity that your oven would have used to cook the same meal.
Now, some of our energy tips may seem a bit obvious, but remember, small changes add up to big differences. As the Simpson family on their week of energy austerity are hoping to find out. And it's not just mum and dad who are making changes. The children have found an alternative to computer games and TV. But what effect will this newfound frugality have on their annual bill?
I went and changed all the light bulbs, hung it out to wash, didn't use the tumble dryer last night, and made sure I switched off all of our plugs before we went to bed, so like our TV. I didn't use my heater last night, I will admit. I put it on for 5 minutes, but usually I leave it on, so I didn't. I turned it off straight away. As soon as I got warm, I turned it off 5 minutes, and I didn't have it on again. And that was pretty good.
There are some, though, who've taken a much more drastic approach. Meet Paul Page.
Paul the Green Guru.
3 years ago, his heating and electricity bill was nudging $2.5 grand, so he embarked on a rather radical way of powering his home, and now his energy supplier pays him.
You've become a bit of a disciple of the Green Way. So list me the things you've done.
PV solar.
What's that?
Solar panels. Have you got?
Oh, right, okay. Solar panels, yes.
Yeah. Thermal solar, which heats by hot water. Energy saving lighting, super insulation.
You're missing one big thing, aren't you?
Go on, tell me.
That! Yeah.
My wind turbine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul's green overhaul cost £36,000, but he now earns a regular income by selling excess energy from his solar panels back to the grid.
My house uses approximately 3,500 to 4,000 units of electricity per year from the grid. One half of my PV solar generates that.
Right.
So I generate double what I use.
Really? So despite the fact that Norfolk isn't very sunny, you have more than enough energy for your own needs, and you can sell a bit back to the national grid.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, you're not just saving money. Overall, you are making £2 grand a year.
Yes.
To coin a cliche, it's a nice little green earner.
Best investment I've ever made.
So it's possible not only to cut your energy costs, but to actually make money in the process. However, if the 36 grand that Paul needed is beyond your means, don't panic, because there are other, cheaper ways to reduce your bills.
Britain has the oldest housing stock in Europe. We've got beautiful housing stock, but unfortunately it's inefficient. In an uninsulated house, 35% of heat loss is through the roof. 40%, the biggest bit that people don't really think about is through the walls, because you've got more wall than anything else. 15% through the windows, and the last 10 is through doors, drafts, the floor.
This is Patrick McCall, who specialises in saving us cash by making our homes more energy efficient. Today we're putting him to the test. He's finding out why the fuel bill on this typical family house is a third higher than the national average, and what can be done about it.
In terms of the most cost-effective measures for the house, things like better heating controls. You can cut your bills and save as much energy through heating controls as you can by changing all your windows. And it's much less disruptive and it's much less expensive. And then we want more insulation on the hot water tank. You know, those are a chimney balloon which you can do yourself. I mean, these things are for under £100. You know, you can make a sort of 5 to 10% difference to this house, which you can do that yourself. The next step up is replacing the boiler. The boiler is 60% efficient. It's probably about 20 years old. A new boiler will be over 90% efficient. So that's a massive change that can be made to this house. I think we calculated that for about £4,000, including a new boiler and getting rid of the hot water tank and making it more efficient. A few other things, we could cut the energy use by 28%. We cut running costs by 28%.
But you can cut your bills without spending any cash at all if you simply change the way you use energy. That's what the Simpson family have been trying to do during their week of energy efficiency.
We're definitely getting much more used to it, and I think the children particularly are watching less TV. They're playing much more, whereas they would have just come in instantly, put the telly on, or played the Wii. They're not anymore. They're playing with their toys a lot more. So that's really nice. The downsides are that I'm very cold at night because I've had to turn my heater on.
The week is up and energy expert Guy Thompson is back. After checking the energy monitors, he does the sums to see if their thrift has worked.
Sarah, and Daddy keeps on watching football on the TV. And Mummy keeps keeping the radiator on.
So what about the cash? How much have they saved and has all the effort been worth it?
How has the last week been?
Yeah, I think we've done really well actually. We've enjoyed it, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it.
What's been so enjoyable about it?
Well, we've all been thinking about it and doing stuff together as a family. It's been
Yeah, instead of doing lots of stuff in separate rooms as we usually are on various gadgets, we've all been together a bit more and yeah, we've enjoyed it, haven't we guys?
Yeah.
Have Mum and Daddy really been doing what they say they've been doing?
No.
We have,
You're being naughty. You're the oldest, so honestly, has Mum and Daddy been doing all that stuff? How much less do you think you've been using percentage-wise?
in terms of what you said.
5% maybe? I would actually be happy with anything.
Yeah,
Anything's a bonus, exactly.
I reckon about 10%.
You think 10%, okay.
Right, this is the best bit, okay? At the moment, your bill is £2,900, okay? You already know that you're going to save £420 from switching, yeah? If you carry on the way you are, okay, over a year, you will save more than £650 on your energy bills. Add that to what you save from switching, you'll save more than £1,000 off your energy bills.
It's amazing what you're not aware of, now we're aware, it's not that hard.